Hey guys, it's Bailey. Welcome back to the channel and thanks so much for tuning in to what's going to be a review of the new Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink lip product and then the eraser that goes along with it. I'm wearing it today. I have the shade Heroin and I think there are around 10-ish shades in this line. Retail anywhere from like $8 to $10 for the lip color, and then the eraser is another like 6 or 7 depending on where you find it. I bought mine from either CVS or Walgreens, honestly. I'm in the two so frequently, I forget where I found it, but they were sitting on one of those like what's new displays. They weren't quite in the permanent display yet. So I was able to snag it there, and I wanted to go with this guy because I am a sucker for bright orange, but then once you kind of get this out, it's actually kind of has a pinky coral twist to it, so if you feel like you're not a bright orange person, like I might be a little too warm, there's a pink tone in here that kind of not cools it down because it is pretty fiery, but might make it a little bit more approachable for someone with a cooler skin tone who might look at an orange and be like, ooh, no. Very cool color from the line. There are also some more subdued, mauves and neutrals in there that I wish I'd gotten as well because, spoiler alert, I really like this. It promises super long wear, says it will ink your lips for up to 16 hours, and after 10 hours of wear with this guy, I only had wear on my inner corner, and that was after a day of breakfast and coffee and drinks in between, like water, sipping on water and stuff, snacking in between that, lunch, more snacks in between lunch and dinner. Like, it was a full day that I wore this through, and it had only broken down right on the inner corner right here. As I'm wearing it, it's super light. It is a little bit dry, but not as drying as a lot of other liquid lipsticks out there. It's a somewhat thin formula, so you get a lot of pigmentation. This is just from one coat, but it still manages to be a thin formula, so it doesn't feel thick and crusty and like it's gonna crack at any second because it's so drying on your lips. It's so stinking comfortable. After 10 hours, my lips felt a little bit dry, and at that point I was on my way to go to dinner, and so I decided to reapply instead of remove, just because I wanted to see, it's a really thin formula. Maybe it'd be great to just layer on top of each other and, kind of you're good to go then for another couple of hours. Unfortunately, when I layered this, the new wet layer mixes with the old and it does something weird with the texture, and I found myself being super uncomfortable when I was out and about, not just because I could feel the texture on my lips, but I also knew that it was really wearing patchy, and with a color as bright as this one, the last thing I want are like these holes on my lips where you can see my natural lip color. So good thing was I packed this eraser in my purse, ran it over my lips, let it sit for maybe 10 to 15 seconds. Like, it really doesn't take long, and I kind of, massage this in as I'm going around, so it really helps break up that product. Wiped it off with the tissue I had in my purse, and it was totally off. Did not stain my lips. My lips were a little pink naturally just because of the blood that had flowed there as I was taking it off and, kind of exfoliating them in a way. But there wasn't a hint of orange on them at all. So bottom line, 10 out of 10 would buy the matte lip ink again, and probably will in some of the lighter, more, natural or mauve-y sorts of shades, although there is, I think, a super deep purple that I'm kind of feeling, so TBD. But onto the eraser. This, while I said it worked well, after looking at the ingredients, there are a lot of similar ingredients that you can find in your average run-of-the-mill lip balm. This stuff does have a little bit more slip than you might find in your average lip balm. Like, it's kind of greasy feeling almost, which doesn't sound good from a longevity perspective, but when you're trying to break up a product like this, it's definitely necessary. So I don't think you need this guy. It's nice to have as a guaranteed eraser, and you absolutely need something to remove this lip ink unless you want it to like just slowly kind of wear away, like really slowly. You definitely need something to call it and just take it all off at the end of the day, but I don't know that it needs to be this. I think a really hydrating lip balm would do the trick. There are just lots of other similar products that you might already have, might in fact be cheaper in your makeup collection that will take it off, but when in doubt, they do make this, so at least you can pick it up if you find you don't have anything that can remove this. There's something out there that exists. So those are my thoughts on these guys. Really hope they were helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye guys.